Okay, I need you guys to let me know if the sound is okay. I am back to using my lapel microphone. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done it, but it's because recently I discovered why it sounded like crap. Apparently, it was the wire that came with the receiver that is just really bad. So I am using a different wire right now, and I ran a bunch of tests before this stream went live, and that's why I'm late. It's because I was still running tests. And hopefully, this sounds the way it sounded when I tested it. So y'all can let me know it sounded good. Okay. So, I'm just going to put it out there, guys. If y'all are into this type of thing, okay, and you're looking into specifically the Rode Wireless Go 2 set, don't use the little aux cable that comes with their little pack. It's way too short. I think they were trying to go for super short, so that you can like pop it cutely on your camera or something. But let me tell you, so much interference. It just has this horrible buzzing noise that it's so hard to get rid of. So before, what I used to do is I put so many filters onto the microphone just so that it would sound okay. What you guys are hearing now is completely this is actually the microphone. I have not put any filters on this thing. So I do recognize that I tend to be softer than other content creators, and I do that on purpose because there are a lot of peaks in how I speak. I'm a very dynamic speaker, so I tend to max out the microphone if I start laughing. So that's one reason. The other reason is because we're playing the flute in here, and the flute just immediately will max out most microphones. So I don't know how many of you guys have done your own recordings, but it's very easy to max out the microphone. So I have just kind of put my flute microphones down a little bit. So let me know, guys, if the balance sounds okay when I start playing the flute. But yeah, the reason why I really wanted to go back to my lapel microphone is because I want to be able to walk around and have all this space, when I'm doing picking up the flute, putting it back down. I really want this set up for my reviews as well. But then for my just talking with you guys, then I can use my fancy microphone. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, that's what's been on my mind, so I'm going to share it with you guys, and I know that some of you guys are interested in the gear that I have. So yeah, the flute is so tough to record. It took me a really long time to find the setup that I have now, and even with the setup that I have now, it's not actually good for session recording. The setup that I have right now is good for me reviewing flutes or doing these practice sessions. It's so that on your end, you can feel like you're in the same room as me, but you might notice that there's a lot of kind of sort of ambient, kind of natural reverb. And that's on purpose because, a flute sounds the best if there's a little bit of kind of ambient, a room reverb, natural room reverb. Without the natural room reverb, any flute you play, absolutely any flute you play, and you can be the world's best flutist, you will not sound good. It will sound very one-dimensional, really flat. Yeah, a lot of the charm of the flute comes from the room reverb. So anyway, that's what's been on my mind. That's what I was testing. So it sounds like you guys think it sounds good. That makes me so happy because, I paid a pretty penny for the Rode Wireless Go 2, and then I just noticed that when I was using it, it just wasn't working the way that I thought it would. As it turns out, it's as simple as just the aux cord that they give you is just so bad. The other thing is that it is very bright in my room right now. So this is all just natural lighting. If the sun starts to do something weird partway through, I will turn on my lights. But for right now, I kind of like this soft look. So we good. All right, let's say hi to everyone. Hey, Amir. Hey, Frank. Hello, Rihanna. Rogue. I like that you are the same Rogue as before, right? Did you change your name back to Rogue? Or are you a different Rogue? I'm okay with two Rogues. Hey, Josh. Hey, Josh. How are you? Hey, Sean, Deanna, Noelle, Saturday. Lovely. I love it. Exactly as Sean is saying here, remote session recordings usually want a dead room sound so that they can add their own reverb too. Exactly. So if any of you are like interested in session recording, do not do my setup. This is not the setup you want. No, okay? Not the setup. You want to like either go to a professional studio where like everything is super dead, or you want to like kind of look into vocal booths. There's all different kind of levels of vocal booths that you can do that will just sort of deaden the sound. The cheapest way is if you have some sort of like walk-in closet with like full of clothes. That's the perfect place to record. So it's like look into like voice acting booths and stuff like that. That's really what you guys want to look into if you're actually going to do session recording. Do not do this setup. This is not it. It's not it. But yeah, you guys are seeing the same thing. So I like that you guys are experiencing the same thing. But I wanted to respond to what y'all are doing on the weekend, because that was my little question here. So Rihanna, you are going to spend your weekend blind testing Miramatsu DS and Miyazawa 602. Oh, those are two beautiful flutes. And I can see that you're realizing that you're liking that kind of Japanese sort of sound. Is that right? Beautiful. Let us know next week what you end up getting. We will celebrate you. Let's see. So Amir, you're spending the weekend with family and friends here. Oh, so nice. That's so nice. Trying to practice more of the Mozart concerto. Wonderful. Which one? Which one are you doing? You'll be performing it as a soloist with the orchestra next year. Oh my God! Congratulations, Amir. That's amazing. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I know that for you guys, like you're maxing your volume to listen to me. I absolutely know this. But at the same time, I know that if I raise my volume, it's gonna be crunch city for you guys. Like you guys are only gonna be here crackling the maxed out volume, everything. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna do it this way. Yes, exactly. Amir is saying with the whole dead room experience, that's why it's good to practice in a dry acoustic room. Yep, exactly. A dry room, which is like essentially like no reverb, is essentially, it's a really great way to, like do a, what's the word? Like do a deep dive into your tone. If there's nowhere in your home that isn't kind of boomy and live, you can use musicians' earplugs. Pop them in your ear, and what you're going to hear is basically no reverb. So that's another really good kind of workaround if you don't actually have a dead room, if you wanted to kind of do a deep dive in your tone. Yeah, exactly, Saturday. Cables matter. Unknown agent, you are the unknown agent from those years back. Welcome back. How are you? I don't know if you noticed, but I also restarted these practice sessions because I was inspired by you guys. I thought these practice sessions were sort of just like extraneous content. As it turns out, this is my main content, just providing this safe space for all of us to escape to and just, be pure, curious nerds. No judgment, no nothing, no competition, no nothing. We just celebrate each other. We support each other. That's it. So yeah. Mocker, welcome back. I'm your practice companion. I love it. Josh, you're doing all right. Could be better. Well, I hope your day and your week gets even better. I'm happy to be your companion as well. Yes, please, definitely. This is what I realize my content is the best at, is to be this, positive distraction, to be your companion. I think my student put it the best because he said, Joanna, your content reaches people in their bedrooms. And that's a level of vulnerability that I am so honored to be a part of. Like, it's something I treasure. It's something that I don't take lightly. I understand the impact of like what it means to watch a content creator in your safe space, because I have those content creators for myself too. So yeah. Oh, unknown agent, you suddenly remember these streams when you're unable to sleep last night. See, that's the other thing. I'm with you guys in the middle of the night. I don't realize this, but like I'm with you guys when you can't sleep. I feel like that is such a vulnerable kind of, space that like I realized from speaking to everyone at NFA that like this is something that I truly need to treasure and to, keep that safe for you guys, So Saturday, your 10-year wedding anniversary is today. Congratulations. That's incredible. Oh, so happy for you. Are you guys doing anything special? You guys going somewhere? Or are you guys gonna eat something fun? I say eat because that's my love language. So, Amir, you're doing Mozart G major. Beautiful, lovely, wonderful. What, I'm just curious, what cadenzas are you doing? I'm curious. I have a sort of, I unironically love the Tafnel ones because they're horrible. They're terrible. They're just, I think I've sight read it with you in the chat before. They're just hilariously romantic and completely out of place. And like, they don't, like, I honestly feel like Tafnel was just intentionally being a troll while writing them. So I like unironically love them because they don't fit. So, Rihanna, you are 100% leaning into Japanese flute on the side. Into the Japanese flute side, yes. Pretty quickly eliminated all the American flutes that you tested out. Very typical. And this is really because Japanese flutes tend to kind of be more delicate, colorful. Kind of reflects how, their language. And American flutes tend to be very projecting, very kind of, in your face. So I have an American flute. I don't know if you guys can tell from the way I speak. So Josh, you're working on Krebs Fantasy for flute and organ for a performance this weekend. That's incredible. Oh my God. What are the balance issues that you might face while playing with an organ? Is that, do you need to be mic'd, or like, cause is it like a full pipe organ? Like I'm wondering how that works. Huh. So Saturday, let's see, working on Gobert Sonata number 1 in A, first movement. Beautiful, wonderful. Copano, hello. I know it has been a while, but I'm back and I'm really happy to be here. Hey, Michael. Sean, weekend plans include lots of adult beverages and maybe a little Gobert Sonata in A. Lovely. What's your adult beverage of choice? Mine is kind of an odd one, but apparently it is called an elder fashion, but it is elderflower liqueur with gin and a splash of orange bitters. It's very dangerous. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. I absolutely do get smashed on this at home. Okay. I'm an adult. Okay. And It's amazing. John makes it with the various gins that we have, and it's always a hit for me. For me, that's my favorite drink of all time. But yeah. So Deanna, you're going to be drawing and working on packing your stuff up to move hopefully next month. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoy your new place. Waiting for your right pinky to heal to play the flute again. Ah, yes, Deanna. Yeah, that sucks when there's just that one finger, you know? Okay, so let it heal. Very good. Saturday, that is so cute. You guys are having the same dinner he made for you on one of your first dates. That is so cute. Oh my God. Seriously, happy 10th. Oh, that's amazing. Amir, you composed your own cadenza? Please. And you love trolling too, as reference to D major concerto. I'm all about it. Okay. Please tell me you're going to record it. If you do record it, please share it with the Discord. I think we would all love to hear it. That's incredible. Michael, you're going to spend time with family and friends. I love it. Playing Chinese mahjong. Lovely. Going out for Filipino food. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Hey, Blue Moon, does sleep count as weekend plans? It absolutely does. Valid. Valid. We're staying at home this weekend too. We're just going to be like playing video games and cooking, really. Yeah, those bombastic American flutes. Hey, Vericosin, how are you? Hey, BNA, how are you? It's so nice to see all your names again. See, I actually really needed this too, but I legitimately thought all of this was just like extraneous content. Can you believe that I thought that? This is what it happens when you're on the other side, on this side of the camera, and you like, you know, like I don't really like get the direct, like in my face feedback about what works, you know? So, whiskey and Coke. Whiskey and Coke, not a rum and Coke. Interesting, Sean. We have some whiskey and we have Coke. Wait, I want to try that now. I don't think I've ever tried whiskey and Coke. Ooh. But often without the Coke, I do have whiskey pretty much like, you know, what's the word? You know, when you have it by itself, there's a word for it. I'm like brain farting right now. Yes, guys, we are talking about adult drinks, adult beverages, but please drink responsibly. And also, if you're not of legal age, please don't drink. What is the contact rule or messaging rules for my adult students? How do I maintain teacher-student balance? So mostly it's just email. So, and I'm very quick to respond to emails. So that kind of keeps all of the messages only in the email. I have a few students that I know in person. And for students that I know in person, you know, we've met up and we've like hung out and stuff like that. And because of that, it makes it a lot easier for, you know, to like figure out like location and stuff like that when we're meeting up if we're texting. So I only text students who I know in person. But yeah, that's how I maintain that teacher-student balance. And everyone is really understanding because everyone's an adult. So I do enjoy that about teaching adult students, is that adults understand boundaries. At least most do. So at least the people who I think are attracted to my content understand boundaries. So that's how I do it. And everyone respects that. So yeah, it's really nice. Noelle, you're working through the weekend, but also moving your middle son back to college. Oh boy, beginning of the year stuff, eh? So I'm guessing you're driving your son to college, is that right? Maybe, something like that? The big move. So Josh, your performance is full pipe organ. Oh my goodness. Oh, probably some flute stops, nothing super heavy or thick. So, and or heavy, no mixtures. Okay, so basically like they lighten up the organ like texture then so that the flute can come through. Am I understanding that correctly? That's really cool. Bourbon and Coke. I will keep that in mind Saturday. Rum makes it go flat. Really? Oh, you were right, it does. Okay. Amir, you shared the cadenza score right now in the Discord. Yes. Neat. This Saturday. That's the word. Neat. Having your whiskey neat. It's very good. I do like an old fashioned as well. Old fashioned is really, really delicious. I really like strong but sippable drinks, because I'll nurse one drink for like 4 hours. Like that's how I roll, at least. BNA, you went to a flute festival here in the UK. You tried is it the Just Flutes Festival? Because I saw some posts about it. You tried a 107, is that pound? 107K pound gold Powell flute. That's steep. I don't think I've tried a flute that expensive before. Whoa. Sounds like you liked it. Josh, you are also an organist as well. Okay, so you understand how to lighten things up. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, I love this. Frank, you're a big fan of red wine. Lovely. That reminds me of when, so for our wedding, we had an open bar, but we bought all of the liquor from Costco, like wine, including wine and beer and stuff like that. And we had the funniest reaction from one of our guests, who later told us when he went up to the bar and asked for a drink, they're like, okay, what do you want? Like, it's an open bar. And then he was like, oh, a red? And then our bartender was like, what red would you like? You know, like we have these different bottles, like different brands. And this guy was like, what do you mean, which red? Because he was so used to going to weddings where there's only one red, one white, and maybe beer. That was it. But for us, we actually did a full open bar. And so that, you know, whatever wasn't used at the wedding, we used that to stock our own home bar. That's how we started our own home bar. But yeah, when we, you know, we like rolled up to the cashier with our cart just full of liquor and wine and beer. And so we roll up to the cashier, and then this cashier is this like Asian auntie. And she looks at us. She like looks at the cart, and then she looks at us, and she goes, so much alcohol for 2 people. And like, I was like, no, we're wedding. We're getting married. This is for our wedding. But like, John was like, we totally should have been like, oh yes, all for us, or gone up with this is a horrible joke, okay guys, but we should have gone up with like a pack of diapers and then have her react that way and then be like, oh right, okay, and then discard the diapers. We're terrible people, okay? I'm not even going to like sugarcoat the fact that we are terrible people. Oh, that was so good. Oh, Noelle, all 3 boys have gone to school in the States, so not too much of a drive. That's good. It's because within the same state. Great. Also driving all of the forgotten items to your youngest who moved in last weekend, this weekend. Is this the first time he's moving away to college? Because I feel like that's so typical. Like, all of us have done this, right? Like, our first big move, you don't realize how much you actually have to move with you, like what are essentials, you know? Oh, that's part of growing up. I love it. I love it. Such a sound before the Powell BNA. Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm curious too how that would feel. Unknown agent. Yeah, I will nurse the same drink for 4 hours. Absolutely. I will nurse the same drink for an entire evening. Yeah. I am that person. Like my sips are just like little bit, they're more like little tasting sips, you know? And I do that for the entire like 4 hours. I love it. Ooh, Aperol Spritz? Aperol Spritz? I was introduced to that the first time, or the one time that I went to Italy. Went out for drinks with the other flute professors, and one of them got an Aperol Spritz. I hope I'm saying that right. And it looked delicious. That jasmine cocktail. Ooh, I love it. Oh, Vera Kosin, you are transcribing music this weekend. Hey, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. We were like, do we troll the auntie? We really wanted to troll the Costco auntie. Just because it's like, I don't know. When I see Asian aunties, like, you know, at like the various, you know, stores, supermarkets that we go to, there's this kind of feeling of like, I don't know, it feels like home, you know? So naturally the banter, you know, kind of wants to come out. Video games sound like a great plan. Yeah, I think what we want to do is probably catch up with the various events and also the main story in Honkai Star Rail and in Genshin Impact. So yeah, I only have a few days to finish like the current event. So I need to do that. So that's going to be really fun and really relaxing. But anyway. Okay, we should start practicing. Today is going to be a very, very simple, very short little practice checklist. Let me get that on the screen here. You know, if I can find it. Okay, there it is. So we're going to do some harmonics, mostly as just a way to, what's the word? Just to diagnose how I am playing today. Because, you know, you never know. You never know how you feel on a certain day. So yeah. You're transcribing the OST from Slime Rancher 2? I only played a bit of Slime Rancher 1 and super cute music. Please share it when you're done with the Discord, because that would be amazing. And Noelle, your youngest, is a freshman. Oh, he wants to play the marching band. Last minute repairs on the clarinet. I feel like that's such a typical freshman experience. I love it. What does the word opus mean? Opus is just a collection. That's it. It's just a fancy word for collection. It's a collection of works. That's all. Yes, the Moyse Book of Doom is back. I am picking up right where I last left off. We're just gonna see what happens. Really today, like the checklist, even though it is really short, really what's happening here is harmonics on C is just to diagnose how I'm playing today. So once we're done diagnosing how I'm playing today, then we're going to essentially like work me back up to my kind of like technical like level that I would want to be in, or really kind of a evaluation, you could say. So I'm going to be doing that with the 480 exercises. And then that really should warm me up enough to kind of revisit the Ibert. Yes. Yes, the Book of Doom. All right. See you. Good night, BNA. Good night. Thank you for dropping by. It was so nice to chat with you. I love this. I'm so glad I'm back to doing this, and I'm letting myself just talk now. Because like before I always felt very like rushed to like get stuff done, but now I'm like, no, that's not the point of my content. So I'm feeling really free and happy right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I love this. Okay, here we go. I have a little bit of phlegm. That is probably because I had slightly spicy tofu soup for lunch, which was right before this. So that might be a little bit of kind of, you know, a result of that. Yeah, that G sits way further back than I really expected to. It's actually comfortable, but I'm just not used to it. Okay. Also, hi Lippity! How are you? Welcome back. Okay. What I've discovered is that I need a lot of space behind my top front teeth, kind of a wide space there. And then I need to kind of shape the space in my mouth so that it kind of comes up to a point like this. And I need to give a lot of kind of like a little point of a whatchamacallit, like a little point of space like this. Like I'm imagining that there's a little triangle in my mouth, and it's like this. So, did I get a chance to try the Dijal GS flute model? I didn't. I should probably write that down as something to try for a review soon. Yes? Let me write that down. Let's see. So, where I put video ideas. We want Dijal GS, right? Okay, good to know. Saturday, you need to stop squeezing to try to hit the top harmonic. Exactly. What you want to do is actually move the space around in your mouth until it pops on its own. That's really what you want to do. So that's actually what I'm doing when I'm doing this kind of like, you know, splitting sounds and stuff like that you guys are hearing. I'm actually kind of like very slowly kind of moving the open space in my mouth until it like pops on its own. So that's how I'm finding out that I need kind of space, wider space behind my teeth, but like have it come out to a point. Kind of further up here. You hear that? Like sounds way cleaner. It can be even cleaner, but I think will let me get used to it over the next few weeks. Okay, we keep going on. Okay, that's good enough for today. It's a good diagnosis. I think the swelling has come down from eating my spicy tofu soup, but the phlegm is definitely still in the back of my mouth. So I think I just need to remember to swallow a little bit more today. Kind of swallow it away. Okay. I need to take a quick break because I need to pee. I don't think I will be supporting very well while really needing to pee. So I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick and I'll be right back, okay? Y'all can party and everything while I'm on my break, but I'll be right back, okay? Hi! I'm back. Oh, we brought the seal back. I love it. I used to, for anyone who's watching who is not part of the like original like Twitch crowd for this, everyone started flopping like a seal while I would go to the bathroom. So it kind of became a thing. I like that we're bringing it back. Okay. Let's now move on to Moyse. So let's move that down. Okay. All right. Okay. This is going to be fun. So this is 368. We are doing very repetitive 7th chord exercises. Okay. So I think technically I left off on like halfway through this. Like I did 2 of the chords because there's 4 chords that we need to do this time. I think I did 2 chords before, but whatever. That was so long ago that we're just going to start from the beginning of this particular exercise. What quackery is this? Indeed. Have I seen the video of a baby seal going wah? No, I need to look that up. Unknown agent, are you on our Discord? Because if you're on our Discord, can you please put that video? Can you find that video and put it in the general chat? I would love to see it later. Oh no, Frank. You had a thunderstorm come through last night, blew over a tree in your yard, gonna cost $500 to get it cleaned up. I hate that kind of random adult surprise expense / chore. Oh, you know, you're just living your merry life, and then like the world around you decides to go crazy, and you're just like, I did not sign up for this chore. I did not sign up to pay all this money. Why? It's coming right up. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at it later. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to swap my thing here. There we go. Then I can read it on this side and you guys can see my whole flute. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the question is, do I do it with thumb B flat? I think, or do I do it with long B flat? I think I do it with long B flat just for the challenge. Okay. Okay, so what I'm really trying to focus on is for my fingers to only come up 2 to 3 millimeters above the key. I'm clearly not doing that consistently right now, but I'm working on it. If I do it correctly, I can hear that I don't get that blip anymore. Oh, this is gonna be a toughie. We're gonna do it 2 more times, and then we're gonna keep going. Okay, yeah. Just really working on keeping those fingers really close to like really close to the keys. So when I lift them, I don't lift them up too high. No. No. Okay, I was also noticing my shoulders going like this, so I gotta remember, I need to kind of bring my pelvis, kind of curl it forward a little bit so that the front of my pelvis is nice and flat. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna create a nice kind of strong core base here, and that will encourage my shoulders to kind of like be that nice rolled back kind of stance. And then that should also loosen my whole arm up, which should make it easier for me to control my finger movement. Okay. Woo! All right, here we go. Truly the Book of Doom here. I could have cheated and just done like up to B flat, like thumb B flat, but I decided I think I need that little extra challenge just to like really get me to like notice all of these things that I'm noticing right now. Okay. Can you guys tell it's getting better? It's not perfect, but it's getting better. Like I'm getting used to that, like that control now. Oh my God, I just saw Amir posting here in the chat. Your teacher got accepted as the first flutist of the Israeli opera. So happy. Oh my God, I'm happy for her. We're all happy for her. You got to listen to her playing with her teacher, who is the first flutist of the Israeli Phil. Oh, what a happy little family you guys are. That's so cute. Congrats to your teacher. If we can get some congrats in the chat as well. I believe I have an exclamation mark congrats little thing, little cute bot thing that my Nightbot will do. Vera Kosin. Oh, sorry, is it an ad? Okay. So Frank, you're primarily a bassoonist. Flute fingering issues are hard to appreciate until you try practicing them. It's, yeah, you know why? Is because like when you look at a flutist playing, and especially if they're playing with really good technique where they're keeping their fingers close to the keys, it looks like they're not doing anything. Like it looks like it's, you know, effortless, but it's quite effortful. All right, let's keep going. Okay, that one is really hard for me to not lift my fingers all the way because of some balance issues from having to stretch so far. But okay, keeping this in mind. Verkosen, you got good news. Slime Rancher 2 drops September 23rd. You mean your transcription or like Slime Rancher 2, like the game? Oh boy. Did you guys see that Silk Song is actually coming out? Finally. It's the follow-up to, or like prequel or something like that to Hollow Knight. Oh my god, we're so excited. A splinted pinky attack. I think if you put exclamation mark congrats, like, and then at someone, then my bot will congratulate them for you. Okay, wonderful. We keep going. This is gonna take a while, but oh well. I have some time. I'm gonna be, I think, streaming for at least half an hour more, at least, something like that. I just want to take my time with this. Okay, so some blippies here and there, but we'll keep working on it. Okay, the game drops on September 23rd. Yeah! I love it. This is a good year for games, by the way. I've noticed, like this year especially, really good year for games. Incredible. Okay, that's getting better. I think what I'm really realizing is my index finger was coming up way too high, which I thought it was more my left hand issue, and I think it's actually more my right hand issue. So good discovery there. We're going to keep going. Okay, so the other finger I'm noticing is my index finger on my other hand. So left hand also coming up way too high. If I keep that lower down, then it'll time it better. Yeah, I'm mostly just like feeling out how far my fingers are actually coming up. And yeah, I think a lot of them is my index finger is kind of coming up way too high. Okay, and then for fun. Okay, that one has some wrist action in order to get that to work right. That, to be fair, that's just not really something you do most of the time. But yeah. Finger left hand. Yes, yes. I am noticing that too. But thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Does anyone else find tough fingering? Work on it, then stop and look at your instrument and continue on. Yes. Yes. Did you just see me do it? See, now you know. You're completely and utterly normal. Okay, let's keep going. Although before we do that, we need to swab out. Absolutely need to swab out. So we're just going to do a quick swab so we don't have to take apart the entire flute. So I will use the flute flag here. See, this is why I wanted to use my lapel microphone, because then now I can like reach in here and stuff like that without, you know, my huge microphone getting in the way. I've had some like close calls with, you know, with like hitting the flute, almost hitting the flute on my mic stand and everything. So, okay. So we discovered, I think it was like last year or the year before. So we all discovered together that I do actually need to swab out my flute partway through a session, because the excess amounts of condensation, where it's like literal droplets going down your tube, it can actually make your tone kind of like kind of strangled sounding, because it's sort of bouncing off of the droplets inside. So if you get it mostly dry, it's much better. Like you'll feel like when you play it again, it's a lot more open. Hey, you remember when I left it in, right? And I started playing, and I'm like, what happened? I think that was like my first YouTube short. Okay. I just did that thing again where I like looked at myself playing, and I thought I was only coming up this far, but I was actually coming up this far. So I think I need to pretend that I'm only halfway lifting my finger off of the key. So that's what I'm going to do for now and see if that helps. Okay, keep going. Yeah, I think actually thinking of it as me only halfway lifting my fingers is actually helping. So it's almost like when I think of fully lifting off, I think that's actually way too far. Okay, we keep going. I have never actually felt that feel so comfortable going between D and B. I'm just going to try it one octave lower with the same thought. It is wild to feel like I'm only lifting halfway up and then look at my, essentially my huge viewfinder here and see that I am clearly physically lifting my fingers completely off the key. That actually is freaking wild. Oh, Viracosa, back then you were a lurker? See? Exactly as Amir says. Feel free to lurk. I get it. You know, sometimes you're just like in a chapter of your life where you need the company, but you really don't need to talk, you know? Like, and we get that. I get that. I've been in that part of my life before. And, you know, like, I'm very happy to provide a space for you guys to just feel like you have company, because you do. We are actually here, like, you know, in the same time as you. But like, I don't know. I think it's just something about like this world that, you know, thinks that there's something wrong with someone if they're quiet, you know? And I just want to be that voice that says, no, that like there's nothing wrong with being quiet. Sometimes there are full chapters of your life that you just need to be quieter, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. That was me. You know, life happens, you know, and you can't be like that kind of like crazy, you know, on, if that makes sense. Like, you can't be like extroverted all the time. You can't be like, you know, have your sort of like happy face on all the time, you know? Yeah. You came out of hiding. Well, probably because you felt like, you know, you feel comfortable. And that is, you know, I only want people to join the chat, not out of obligation or anything like that. Like, I only want you guys to join if you're truly comfortable. And at the same time, for anyone who is not comfortable joining the chat, we don't want you to feel bad about it. We want you to know that it's completely valid. It's very human, and we value the lurkers. We value you. You're awesome, So I love it. Oh, I'm so glad I came back to do this. Okay, so anyway, back to the nerdy things. Definitely I need to think more about only halfway lifting off of the keys. So we're going to keep doing that, just a few more. Okay, that wasn't perfect, but we're going to leave it. Oh. Yeah, I need to swab out again. I can actually feel like where the condensation is leaking out down here. I know it's kind of gross, but that is the reality. Hey Tracy, welcome back. Love this shirt. Thank you so much. I got it from Costco years ago. I'm a big fan of like the shoulder lace. I have like a couple of other sweaters that have this sort of like this type of detailing too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it because it kind of reminds me of those the fancy little like what they're called, epaulettes. Is that what they're called? The little shoulder thingies, shoulder armor-ish almost type of thingies. Is it epaulette? How do I say it? Google, help me. Epaulette. Wait a second. I want you guys to hear this. There.
Epaulette.
Epaulette. Epaulette.
Epaulette.
Epaulette. Okay. There's me learning how to say it. Epaulette. I like that. I know it's like a slightly more like masculine kind of like fashion type of thing, but I've been all about it since I was like little. So this type of detailing kind of reminds me of that, So how's my editing? It's a little bit on the back burner right now while I'm getting all these live streams going, but I'll return to it. As soon as I get used to this, like, schedule, I'll get back to it. So Virkosen, you wondered how we make the high notes sound so good. as a clarinetist, it's a mystery to you. You have to open the right part of your mouth. And as Amir is saying, a lot of air and support from the abdomen and prayers. Yes. So, but each flute kind of wants that space in your mouth to be like kind of more open in a different spot. It depends on the flute. So for some flutes, that open spot needs to be like in front of the teeth, like just kind of like in here. Like you have to like make that really open. For my flute, it's right behind the front teeth or right up in here. I just have to kind of almost like lift my soft palate a little bit and like kind of like allow for more space up there and really kind of shoot the air into that space. So yeah, different flutes have it in slightly different spots. So that's kind of, the stupid little mouth drawings that I do for each flute, and I'm like mapping them. So like, it's very important that you keep open that little space, specifically to the flute that you are playing that matches the flute. Because if you try to keep it open in that spot that works for one flute, but you try to do it on another flute, it might just be completely closed off and like fuzzy sounding. Exactly, the air bubble. Yeah. So, Tracy, you need a shoulder shirt? I have considered getting just because what I really want is a hoodie, like an oversized hoodie, but with this kind of shoulder detailing on it. And I was like, how hard is it to just buy some, lace-ish type thing? Like I can literally just buy a thing of it and then just sew it on myself. So I have actually considered doing that. And apparently it's not that hard. So I've looked into it a little bit. I've just been too lazy to do it myself. But if you want to do this type of thing, yeah. If you do, post a picture on Discord, okay? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the diagram, varicocin, like that's actually why I like make that diagram, because it's to kind of like to show, in a visual manner what I mean when I say to like where to like keep things open and stuff. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the inspiration. You're so welcome, Tracy. I'm glad that this can inspire you. Oh, this makes me so happy. Applique. That's the word, Deanna. Exactly. Applique. I did know this once upon a time, I swear. But yes, applique. Okay. So you can just, it looks like this was just dyed the same color as this, and then sewn on. So like, a really easy way to do it would be to get like a white sweater or like a white shirt, white hoodie, get a white applique, slap it on. And then it'll look very, very fancy without you trying. That's kind of my fashion sense, is like, feels like pajamas, looks fancy. Oh, it's applique? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Thank you for educating me. Applique. Thank you. Clearly, I needed to look this up on Google too. Here we go. We're gonna go. Okay.
Applique.
Wow! Did you guys notice the British accent?
Applique.
Applique. I've been saying it wrong my whole life. You so you know. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been saying it wrong my whole life. I've only ever seen it. It's one of those words that you only ever see and never say out loud. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. I'm just gonna keep going, whatever. Here we go. Actually, yeah, let's just like bum rush our way through this last one. We're gonna bum rush our way through this last one, and then we're going to revisit a little bit of Ibert. The Ibert revisiting might be pretty short, because it might be more or less an evaluation. So, here we go. No. Wouter or Wouter, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't really know how to pronounce your username here. Do I have a fife? I do. It's in that trunk. And it was bought at a gift shop in like one of the like kind of historical towns in like New England, in the New England area when I was in 8th grade on an 8th grade US history trip. Is it good? No. It was $20 from a gift shop. Good times. That was a good, really good trip. Okay, so for that one in particular, I had to make sure that the weight of the flute is truly on the side of my index finger, because I am noticing I'm going back to my old habit of like really putting a lot of weight on the thumb and using that to hold up the flute. But you don't want to do that, because then it makes things like this really hard when you're trying to play like, you know, G with no thumb. So something for me to keep in mind. be fair, I did buzz a little bit, but I think I just need time to get used to like withstanding that crazy, air speed coming out of my lips. So there is like a little bit of like a physical thing, like muscle thing almost, that you need to develop and will slip if you don't do this type of thing, regularly enough. So I have slipped a little bit, but that's okay. That's why we're practicing. So yeah, there, if you feel that buzzing, but you can feel that you are actually putting in the right amount of air, then that is a sign that you should keep doing what you're doing. And you'll notice that your lips will kind of like develop like more strength to withstand that amount of air speed coming out of you. So yeah, I'm not really worried about it. And also that's like a ridiculous thing that I don't think even Moyse meant for you to practice. I was just doing it for fun. So let's see what is next in the list here. So we were at 368. So next would be 21. Okay, so I'm just going to note that down really quickly for myself. Great. So 368. I'm gonna change it here, but you guys are gonna see that this whole thing is going to change completely later for next week. So there we go. Okay, so I'm way over time, but I don't really have much other stuff to do this afternoon besides a bunch of like content creation type stuff. So I'm just going to let myself revisit the Ibert a bit. And mostly this is going to be an evaluation to see what has slipped, what has stayed, where do I want to kind of focus my energies. Let's just kind of see what happens. But yeah. All right. Good night, Amir. It was so nice to hang out with you. This is so, so nice. Yeah. So, yeah. Was that a helpful explanation about like the air speed and like your actual like muscle like development? I hope that was, I hope, Varicosine, was that what you're referring to? Because, yeah, I think a lot of people forget that there's actually like physical muscle things that you have to develop over time that takes time to develop. So that's why a lot of like, especially tone and technique, posture type of development on really any musical instrument, that's one of the reasons why it takes so long, because you are legitimately training. Yeah. By the way, I did notice my chat going kind of crazy every now and then today, that it just kind of disappears and it fixes itself. Sometimes that's like the widgets problem. So I think it's Streamlabs is doing something really weird. So, oh well. Oh well. Okay. Yeah. Something to do with my left thumb. Yes. The balancing the flute here on your index, on the side of your index finger. Yeah, that's where you really want to kind of have the weight of the flute being held up. Yeah, that was a big one for me, because I would say for most of my flute playing days and years, I have actually just, without realizing it, I've just been holding it up with my thumb. And it wasn't until just like, I think maybe just a few years ago that I discovered this, and I was like, oh shoot, I do have to like make sure that it's free to move, So, okay, here we go. Let's try some Ibert. I'm just gonna do a little quick swab. Okay. I'm definitely a little bit nervous going into this, and it's really just for me. It's just like, I'm a little bit nervous about what I've forgotten versus what I've not forgotten. It's been a hot minute, so like I've played bits and pieces of this here and there. I think some of you asked me to even sight read part of this at one point. So it's not like I've completely not touched it for a year, but I haven't worked on it seriously for a year. So yeah. Yes, wiggle room for your left thumb. Just make sure your thumb isn't holding up the flute. That's the important part. Okay. Okay. Maybe a bit on the slow side, but not bad. Couple of false starts. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not mad at that. It does feel a heck of a lot easier on a C-foot flute because I'm not fighting the, like, holding it up, essentially. That is actually kind of wild. I am surprised. Okay, okay. Okay, definitely in that spot, I think I need to practice that spot right there. That is not a surprise to me because I think I've always been fighting the, like, weight of the flute on the right side. And now that I don't have to fight it, I am finding that the balance feels a little different to me. So we'll work on that in the future. Keep that in mind. Okay. All right, we keep going. Okay, so noticing more balanced things that I don't have to fight anymore, and so I noticed this before at the beginning of this year that I have a tendency to kind of do this to pick up more of the weight of the flute with my left hand because my right hand was occupied. So, whew. It's all very interesting. Like, I'm finding the spots that I no longer have to fight. So I'm glad I'm doing this evaluation. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, there I just straight up forgot what the notes were. All right, it was so nice to see you again, Unknown. I will be back again. So anytime you need some company, we're here. All right. Enjoy your meal. Illustrator, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am doing just like a quick run through and evaluation of the Ibert. So what I'm really finding is I'm finding that there are some spots that I had to practice into my system, like a way to shift the balance to my left hand when my right hand was too occupied to keep lifting a really heavy B foot joint. So yeah, I'm noting a few spots. There's another spot in the middle here that I realized that needs me to kind of revisit it as well. So it's the spot that goes right there. I really want to do this kind of like flicky thing with my left hand to like take up more of the weight of the flute, but I don't need to do that anymore. So yeah, I can see which spots they are now, which I think I will just very quickly kind of mark with a little star. So okay, so I'm just going to mark that in for myself. A little star there. And then let's see, right here. And then yeah, right here. So it feels a ton easier is what I would say. Like this feels way easier than when I was doing it before. I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. Yeah, And this is pretty much the same spot as before, but I'll mark it. And then here. Yeah, okay, not bad. Hi, Silly Willy, welcome. What do I think of the use of vibrato? Selective is me. I'm selective. Yeah, you'll notice that I kind of use it here and there as like it's part of expression, you know? Yeah. Okay, we're going to do do I really want to do the rest of the concerto? I feel like if I do, I'm going to burn myself out like crazy. So I think we will stop there because I've been going for a while now. So yeah, but I feel like I understand kind of more like the current context of my playing now, which is really nice. And we're just going to lower this right now. Okay. Okay, let's put away our flute here. I'm just going to put that away, and then we can, just so you guys can see what's going on my desk, we'll turn that on. All right. Oh, a nice Zinfandel is calling. Oh, delightful. I love it. Yeah, I'm also going to be cleaning up, and we'll call it for today. I can kind of feel it. I think that's the other thing too, is that when you guys get to that feeling of like, oh, like I feel like I've had a good workout, you know? If you feel like if you have that like nice kind of like, ah, yes, I've worked my body, don't go beyond that. Because I actually wanted to do the rest of the Ibert, and then like I was just kind of caught myself now, and I was like, no, I'm going to get sore tomorrow if I do this. So we're just going to call it that. Yes, I have a sit-stand desk. People used to call it my little elevator. But yeah, this allows me to like practice, you know, like while standing up, but I can look at my screen here. It's the best setup. Oh, using my lapel microphone is so nice. So nice and like I cannot believe it was just because the little cord was so crappy. Exactly, don't push it. Yeah, like I feel like I got a great workout on the flute. It's like a very kind of like it feels what I would imagine a runner's high feels like. Like it has that kind of feeling of like, yeah, like I worked my body, I worked my brain, I learned things. That's the most important part. I definitely learned a good number of things about myself today. So I learned that what I need when I lift fingers off of the keys, I need to think of lifting them halfway. So I would like to apply that to the Ibert. I know that I was not doing it right now. I'm aware, but we'll work on it. We'll work on like applying that feeling to the Ibert. But I think what I want to do first is kind of compartmentalize that learning process to the Moyse. And then once I'm more comfortable doing it on the Moyse, then I can start kind of like applying it elsewhere, because by then it'll feel more natural. Because right now it's not feeling natural. Like pretending that I'm only lifting halfway definitely does not feel natural right now. So we're going to compartmentalize that into the 480 exercises for now and only worry about it there. And then later on we'll apply it to the Ibert. But that is kind of a long-term goal. I think the short-term goal right now is to relearn kind of the distribution of like the balance of the flute on my fingers in the Ibert. So I've marked those places now, so I know exactly where to practice. The rest of it is like feels so easy. I don't know if I want to reattempt memorizing it. I still have a lot of it memorized. It's just a few spots here and there have disappeared. But yeah, I just don't really know if that is what my heart wants to work on right now. Because now I know how to memorize it and I've done it. And so like there's this, I feel like I have this confidence in knowing that I know how to memorize something as bonkers as this. So that's just not where I really want to focus on, I think, right now. But yeah, so I think right now I really, really want to focus on like fingers, balance. Yeah. I think that's mostly what we're learning today. We're also learning the kind of the placement of the high G, especially with the C foot joint. I think I really am enjoying the C foot joint. It does make it way, way more comfortable for me to play. I do have a very small mouth. I have a huge head, but a small mouth. I'm like legitimately, I'm actually an anime character, like a chibi anime character in real life. I have to wear size extra large hats, guys. I actually cannot wear like normal sized hats. Like they pop right off my head. They squeeze my head, so I get a headache. It's just not a grand time. But I literally have the size, like my mouth is the size of a child's because I have to ask for the child's X-ray tab when I'm at the dentist. Delightful. Oh my gosh, I used up your whole phone's charge to watch this? Wow, Michael. Go and plug it in. But that is very, very flattering. Thank you. Yes, always quit while you're ahead. Exactly. Severe Coasting, your transcriptions are going to take a long time. You still have over 3 hours left of the OST. Wonderful. That is insane that you're just transcribing it. You're transcribing it by ear? Is that what you're doing? That's insane. Okay. So, wait. I know that on the end screen, it looks a little better if you guys can actually see my flute. So I'll do that. How's that? And I'll make sure it's nice and focused. Okay, cool. So, all right. I'm going to be off to do some more kind of behind the scenes content creation. So I need to kind of set up next week's streams and yeah, just kind of like figure out like my uploading schedule and stuff like that. So all fun little behind the scenes things, but next week I did already schedule for myself. I just haven't made I haven't like pre-made the live stream like links for you guys. But just kind of like a preview for you guys. I will be streaming my practice sessions a little bit earlier because I kind of have this alternating schedule. Each week I teach on alternating kind of like mornings and afternoons. And that way it makes it so that I can include as many people as possible who want private lessons from me. So that's why we're going to flop. Instead of early afternoon practice sessions, we're going to do late morning practice sessions. So really it's just going to be 2 hours earlier for you guys. So it will be on Tuesday the 26th at 11 a.m. Pacific. So that'll be 2 p.m. Eastern. And then same time on the Thursday. And then Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a flute review. And this one will be really, really fun. I don't know if you guys remember, but a while ago I did a review of passion flutes. These are clay flutes from a lovely flute maker in Australia who followed my videos for a long time and was, you know, encouraged and inspired to follow his dream, his crazy dream to be a clay flute maker. So this is one of the flutes that we tried last time. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, no? So he just sent me a new like piccolo version of his flute with and I'm going to spoil it for you guys so that you guys are excited for Wednesday. They are head joints that you can take off. So this makes it so that it's a lot easier for tuning, and then also he can do different cuts for the head joint. So yeah, he's making clay flutes, but with detachable head joints. Insane. So, team, you're in Thailand right now? Oh, fun. Are you on vacation? Oh boy. I want to go to Thailand someday. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday streams next week. So come on in for a good time. We're just going to be, you know, reviewing stuff, practicing, but like sharing stories and just, you know, providing companionship and comfort for each other. All right? So, yes, I hope you guys are excited for that. No, you are Thai. Team, you're Thai? I didn't know that, but thank you for telling me. I hope you're doing really well. It's 5:25 a.m. Oh my goodness. Oh, crazy. Lovely. Okay, so just before I take off, I just want to make sure I you know, see what everyone's saying. Silly Willy, I don't want to skip over your question. Do I have any suggestions to prevent tension in your left shoulder when you play for 30 minutes? So rewind a little bit further back in this stream. You will see a point where I talk about making sure that your pelvis is in line. So when, you know, this is more apparent if you're standing. So if you're standing, you want to make sure that, you know, your pelvis isn't like tilted like this. So make sure that you kind of roll your pelvis such that the front of your pelvis is flat, okay? That will cause you to engage your core muscles here to hold up your body, okay? So, and that will encourage your shoulders to kind of like be in this sort of like rested, low kind of shoulder, rolled back, relaxed position. And then you want to only turn your head so that so that you can play the flute like this. I hope that made sense. I did not do 100% good job on it myself today, so I am feeling it a tiny bit in here. So that is something I need to work on, and so you've actually come to the perfect practice session to address that. So rewind a bit, okay? I think I noticed this when I was doing the Moyse exercises today. So see if you can find it, but I talked about it for myself too. So it's okay, you're not the only one. But yeah, yeah, I'm also very excited for the NFA vlog, Michael. Okay, wonderful. Ooh, layered cakes, sticky rice with mango. Oh, you guys are making me hungry. I think I'm gonna grab myself some coffee so I have something to sip on while I work for the rest of the afternoon. But I love you all so very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. Have an amazing weekend, guys, okay? That's why I was asking about your weekend plans. But yeah, yeah, take care of yourselves because there is no music without the musician. All right? Laters, guys. Bye.